Hello, everyone. I'm Tommy Tardis, and welcome to Tommy's Universe. Hi, everyone. I'm Tommy Tardis, and I'm joined by my friend Time Lady Liz. You okay, Liz?
Yeah, I'm not bad at all. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Good,
Well,
good.
we're on a new episode of Who versus Who, and this episode is called The Arena. So, Arena Part 1. So, we finished with all the groups, and all the winners from the groups now have come down to these arena episodes. So, if anyone wants to understand us, gone through a Hunger Games idea of an arena, like a gladiator arena with different zones. So, I'll be showing a picture just in the middle of us of what that looks like, and I'll put it above us somewhere when we're playing the game so people can understand what's happening. So, in our zones, we have on the top, we have the desert. Ooh. And then to the side of that, we have the grasslands. And on the bottom, we have snow. And on the other side, we have the woods. So there are four zones. And in the center, we have a pond, not a river, but a pond, but not those ponds or rivers. That in the middle of that, we have a little platform where they start, where they come up from underground or dropped in. I have no idea. So that's
Yes.
where we will have them to start in the middle. Our show on the bottom right now is who's going to be against who for this arena, part one. So we have the Daleks, we have Hydroflax, the Teller, the Sandmen, Vashta Narada, the Boneless, Psychorax, I hope that's right, and Cyberman. So there'll be one of each one. Obviously I said Sandmen, there's only one Sandman, so but
Yeah.
they're called the Sandmen. So they'll all be against each other. There's only one winner out of this group of monsters. So I'm going to kick off with letting them know now about I have a spinner. When I say a spinner, this is my spinner. And it's all different things can go wrong in the arena. So if I'm looking at my iPad, I am looking at my spinner. And I will show you as well what it would land on. So there's different scenarios. So there's an earthquake scenario. There's a forest fire, snow blizzard, sandstorm, and a power cut. And most scary thing that they all don't like, the doctor. Ooh, very excited. And we don't know what doctor is. We're just gonna, you can use your imagination, but every single one of them, I don't think they like any of them really, because they always win. The doctor always
Well,
wins.
Yes, I think that all of the doctors are a match for.
Yeah. So if they land in a zone and the doctor's there, the idea is they want to get out of that zone into another zone that hopefully there'll be another monster they would have to come across. Okay. So all that information downloads
Yeah.
is a lot to take in. And I will try to put down the list of all the things I just explained in the description below. So if anyone wants to follow, they can remember what I've just said. Brilliant. So let's kick off, Liz. I have a timer,
Okay.
so I'm sorry if I say out of time sometimes.
Wait,
I was
we cut it off. That's fine.
I wasn't looking for like a sound effect, but I've given up with that. I might get flagged.
Okay.
I might get flagged.
Oh, because you were going for a very Doctor Who sound effect. I see.
Yeah, I was looking at them all, but okay.
The I mean, this isn't necessary for this, but you could do like the sound of one of their weapons or something. Because
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
I don't think that would be flagged.
No,
Like the TARDIS materializing and things
Yeah.
like that. Like those are very much.
I might get my keyboard out, and when I do the editing, I might just zap something in.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay, right. I'm going to start the clock. The clock is ticking as we speak. So
Right.
the game has started, and our first discussion for this 5 minutes is who's going to fight straight away and who's going to go and hide. So, Liz, do you have any ideas?
Well, straight away, I would say Daleks and Cybermen fight. I mean, they're like angry ants in a jar.
Yes, I agree with that.
I also think that the Vashta Narada would immediately leave and head towards the forest. That would be my the forest being their natural habitat.
Okay. So we've got the Vashta Narada. They've gone to the forest. Okay, to the woods, right? Okay.
So, are there any of the ones that you feel like?
I agree with definitely with the Daleks and Cybermen. Like, they're both, they both believe that the only should be only kind, and they've also had some, they know each other as well.
They've had some very sassy exchanges.
Definitely. So they will probably go against each other straight away. Yes. I think the Hydroflax, I believe would just go, would sort of like disappear as well.
I think they're gonna leave. You're gonna think that the Hydroflax is gonna leave?
Yeah, well, I think either that or go and get the power, because I think it needs power to charge eventually. So I think it might go and find a power station somewhere. So sorry everybody, I forgot to tell you that power stations are little lightning strikes on the map. So I've dotted them around random places. The teller, I believe the teller would go to the woods as well.
Teller in the woods? Okay.
Yeah, because I remember so I think the teller would like the woods to hide. Yeah. Because a good hiding place, isn't it?
Well, having the teller and Hydroflax both leave, I think is good, because I think one of the first things that would happen if they really engaged the two of them is the teller would see what a ridiculous mind he has and just be like, well,
yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Salmon, I think salmon will obviously go to the deserts, I believe, because it's a bit of a like to be a predator in that sense, isn't it?
And Hydroflax, I would say, is more of a grasslands kind of a dude.
Yeah. Okay. I think that'd be cool.
Anyway, because first of all, he's just seen two different of the things go off into the forest.
Oh yeah, and it'd be like,
he's not an idiot.
Yeah.
But the desert with its sand and the snow with its cold isn't going to be as good for his robotic parts.
No, that's true.
I think that he would go to the
grasslands would be more, and he can pretty see what's coming at him as well. The boneless. Now this is interesting. The boneless, I think would. I think would stay where they are. just because they would have to interfere with the Cybermen and the Daleks, and they, I don't believe, can't travel on water. That's
Okay.
yeah. So I believe the boneless will stay where they are right now.
Okay.
So Korax, I think they'll probably go.
It's hard. I think they would want to regroup.
Yeah, I think
Like,
they would.
for all of these bad guys, like they have an intelligence and not just a blind hatred.
Yeah, I think they might
I
go
mean,
to
they're jerks, but
the
they're
desert,
not.
maybe. The
Huh?
desert.
The desert?
I would thought they would go to the desert or the snow or snow. Like, I think maybe you should send them to the snow.
Okay.
Just because, as
Off
you
to the
said,
snow with
they have a
you.
brain. They have a brain like Hydroflax is thinking, okay, I'm not going to go where they're going. That's
Yeah, you're gonna look at the people going and think, oh well, I need to figure out how to do this. I need to be more stealthy about this.
okay.
You know, because
Yeah.
in this sense, it's not always just going to be firepower that wins.
No. So, okay, we sort of separate everyone now, which is really good. We've got like 25 seconds on the clock to go for this bit. So,
so the only two people who are
battle,
currently fighting each other
so the
are the Daleks and the Cybermen.
And the Cyberman are now fighting each other, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so would they finish that battle, or would they eventually like, okay, no one's winning, I'm gonna disappear?
They shoot to kill. And I was just watching, I went back and watched bits of the Battle of Canary Wharf. So I would see the Daleks up against the Cybermen. And the fact is that the Cyberman has to shoot more than once to kill a Dalek, and a Dalek only has to shoot once to kill a Cyberman.
Okay, brilliant. So on that fact,
at least that's what it was
harsh,
like in the,
but I think that's
the Battle of Canary Wharf.
Brilliant. I think Cybermen, unfortunately, you're the first victim to die.
Yeah, I think it's
really
just
sad,
a matter of that. It just showed in that episode that one shot from a Dalek killed the Cyberman.
There we go. We got good evidence there, because I couldn't think
that's a
at
problem.
all. Right, so Cybermen.
That's why I watched it, because I wanted to see them actually fight each other, because I wanted to see how their firepower stacked up. But yes, well, brilliant. The Daleks then were correct when saying that they were better at dying.
Yeah. But Daleks definitely have won this game so far. I think I've just lost you, Liz. Hello.
So my computer decided to sign me out.
I thought he just like took away by the Daleks or something.
He decided to sign me out of my internet. And then when I wanted to sign back in, it wanted the ridiculously complicated key to get back in. So I'm on my phone now, but that's okay.
Is it okay with you? Yeah.
I'm still all right.
Right, I paused everything. Don't worry. I was like, huh?
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, we're out of time.
Right. Okay, so
what was the last thing I said before? Because I was talking when all of a sudden you weren't moving.
I know. You were explaining. We came to a conclusion. So I
think what I was saying. Yeah, I think what I was saying is that the Daleks even said that you're a superior in one respect, you're better at dying.
Yeah. So we'll come to this conclusion now. Daleks and the Cybermen, between you two, I'm afraid, Cybermen, you have gone down. You have just been defeated by the Daleks. So that's one down.
Yeah.
And we've just gone to our 5 minutes.
Okay.
And so let me start the clock again now, because
yes.
Okay, so our next scenario is to find out who would team up with who. So they don't have to. They don't all have to. But if one or the other could, So we have just to remember everything. Vasta Narada is in the woods, and we have Hydroflax in the grasslands. We have sorry, the Dalek is still in the middle at the moment, and we have the Boneless is still there in the middle as well. So we have the Teller. He's gone to the woods as well. And Sandmen in the desert. So Korax is in the snow zone.
Yes.
So I think the Daleks will probably try and communicate with the Boneless now, because the Boneless will have saw that happen in front of them, the battle, and see the Cybermen like now being defeated. And I think it would be more interested in checking out the Cyberman, you know, doing this, you know, dissecting it like by particles and particles.
It doesn't disintegrate the Cybermen. They could turn it flat.
Yeah, they can turn it flat. They're just
and
gathering information on it, basically. So, when that I believe the Daleks and the Boneless will be together now. Like the Daleks watching that happen and like, oh, that's quite an interesting weapon. I don't think they would see it as a species. I think it'd be like that's quite interesting, you know?
Yeah.
And so you got them two. Who else do you think could be an ally?
I think they're in lands right next to each other. I think that that Hydroflax and the Sycorax would get together. Cool. They're very similar energies, and they both want to fight. So I feel like they might team up for a little bit, you know, and then just readily stick a knife in each other's backs when, you know. I would say that.
I think the Teller is like quite on its own. I think the Teller's like, because it obviously it can sort of read mind and sense what that person's going to do eventually. I don't think it would be calm as anything right now. I think because it's scared and on its, you know.
The Vashta Narada, because they can communicate when they have like a voice box sort of thing. Then they must have minds of some kind, right? I mean,
they have. Obviously, when the Doctor was had a conversation with it, you know. It's like then it was scared of the Doctor, you know.
But
no, it was eventually scared of the Doctor, so it's sort of it was thinking what, you know. Oh, okay, we'll abide by his rules and leave him alone. You know.
Well, it was more of a stalemate than anything. It was like, you know, we may be able to eat all of your people right now, but you will find a way to destroy us. Which I think in the previous episode was probably being exploding the air, but fires and stuff seem like they'd be good things to do, ways to kill it too. So.
The Sandmen, that's an interesting one because it's like obviously it's very hard to find it in the desert right now. That's it's got the best defense mechanism now on.
Its camouflage is complete.
Yeah.
Its biggest rival would be if we suddenly had a sandstorm. They defeated them with, but they require gravity, so I mean they're not attached.
I
feel like a sandstorm would be. But we're not there yet.
No,
but I don't think
it might happen.
Can't see them communicating with anybody.
No. Well, we're almost on the 10 minutes. So
okay.
I'll wait.
We conclude too quickly.
With suspense. So now we know where they are, and I'll update on the map where they are as well for everybody to understand what's going on.
But I guess that what we do need to decide in our last few seconds is where do the Sycorax and Hydroflax meet?
Yes.
They're in areas next to each other, but they're not in the same area.
Not in the same. I think Hydroflax will come to the snow just because of the power station. Because there's a power station there, not in the grasslands as well. So in the beginning,
Yeah.
I think it would obviously it'd be ready to go or charge and everything, and then
Yeah.
by now you'd be realizing, oh no, there's no power station in the grasslands. I'm gonna
Well,
go to
yeah,
this.
I also feel like as they were moving away, they could see the Dalek one shot
Mm.
the Cyberman.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it's more
Because they don't
flats. They
they
can
don't
see.
decide to leave and then teleport. They're leaving.
Yeah, yeah. So we've gone to another 5 minutes. So
Okay.
to let everyone know, this is called the Game Changer. Very exciting. Game Changer. Yeah. So I have a wheel, and I made this wheel myself, and it spins. So this is just an app I found on the App Store, a freebie. So it looks like this to everybody, and I'm
Okay.
gonna spin it and see what happens to our arena. So I just have, I think I just,
Now you
there
tapped
we
on the
go.
doctor.
There we go. Let's see where it goes. Oh,
Oh
okay.
dear.
Okay, that's a bit scary. So the
That's
doctor
far away.
lands.
But
So
where?
now I have another wheel to let us know where it lands.
Okay. All right, because that's
All
gonna
about wheels.
make a big difference.
Yeah.
None of these
That-
guys are gonna be the doctor.
So we have the wheel here again,
Okay.
and all the different zones. I'm going to
Yep.
tap.
It's going. Ooh, it's going
Oh,
towards two.
okay. So it's landed on the snow.
Yeah.
So the doctor has landed his TARDIS in the snow zone. So straight away,
We've got two
okay.
people in the snow zone.
Yeah, we put two people there. So we have the Hydroflax and the
Yeah.
Sycorax now, with the doctor just landed, and they're scared.
Yeah, I think that would push them back up to the grasslands.
Yeah, okay. So now they've gone back to the grasslands, both of them. They're having a great time.
Well, I'm just thinking that if they've met, they're probably on that edge. That's why
Yeah.
I'm thinking back to the grasslands, because they're on that side
Mm,
of the snow, and if the doctor lands in the middle, then they're gonna go flee as quickly as possible into a different zone.
yeah, yeah. And
But I think
also, Hydroflax has been there already, so he knows pretty where to go in that place, you know. So the doctor now will stay. He will stay. He's not going anywhere. So
yeah.
and everybody knows now where the doctor is, but the doctor
Yeah,
can only stay in that zone. Okay, it could be any doctor. Don't forget there's multiple versions of him, you know,
Oh, there's so many. Yes.
and other conspiracy ones as well.
Okay.
So so now I'm going to spin the wheel again and find out what happens next. And after this one, I think a battle might come on again. I've got my timer going to tell me.
There's only one place that they can run now.
Yeah. So
because now they're in 3 adjoining dealies.
So I'm going to spin it again. I literally think I just spin it. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. So the doctor's got a snow blizzard happening. So I'm going to spin it again just because there is nobody there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the doctor's there, but he can just hang out in his target.
Yeah, he's just like.
Sandstorm.
Oh, okay. So
now I was wondering if that would tear apart the Sandmen.
I think it would. Sandstorms are flipping like insane. Like it can't. Like, and also it's trying to keep a form of a human. It's got a human's form. We don't know what form it is. We won't go that far, but it's got a human form, and us humans are rubbish in sandstorms. You know, and like it obviously it's made of sand, so it's just going to be.
Well, and even though it could break off particles to go off to to find more information, but it would be like being a droplet of water in a tsunami wave.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
not much
how
would you keep together? What would you do? I
No.
think that sandstorm is just gonna take him out.
Yeah. Well, so that's going to help us now. I think so. Sandman, I agree, is going to be gone. You're being defeated by a natural
They
event.
haven't made it. Yep.
So Cyberman and Sandmen are gone. I will,
Yeah.
because we've got one out now, I'm just going to spin again because it will make it more easier to see what's happening.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
I'll try you a better spin because my spinning are not. I'm trying to get the camera right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a better spin. Okay, there's nothing happening in Snow Blizzard. I will spin again. Oh, earthquake.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So the Daleks are still in the middle of the little zone.
Yeah.
And
Is the earthquake everywhere?
and also the bonus are there hanging out with him.
Yeah. But is the earthquake everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere. It's earthquakes everywhere. Like, because it would do different things at different places more than the other. Like, so in the woods, for instance, it'd be more quite scarier, I believe, because it does have trees, and I'm talking about, you know, big thick trees. You know,
Okay.
it's a big, you know, it's like a supersize forest, supersize me forest.
Yeah. I've been in earthquakes, multiple earthquakes. I am from California.
So these trees are, you
I've
know,
been big ones.
so in the forest, we've got Vasha
Yeah.
Narada, and we have the Teller right now.
Do you
Okay.
remember earlier when we were talking about how this was beforehand, we were talking about how an earthquake would affect bipeds more than things like the Daleks and stuff?
Yeah.
I think this is going to force a move because I think when Hydroflax and the Sycorax fall, one of them is going to try to take the advantage and knife the other. Not knife, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
I feel like they're going to be like, oh, this guy's off guard. Stick
Yeah.
it to him.
I think so.
I think.
Because Hydroflax's quite cunning as well. It's like,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. But who would? I guess it would have to be Hydroflax who wins because unless he stuck him in the face, and even then, you still have a thing going around because, as we know, he doesn't need a head. He'll go and find another head.
Yeah.
But he'd have to basically stab him in the face.
Yeah.
So I feel like Hydroflax would just shoot the Sycorax when he's on the ground.
Yeah, I think so. It's like the thing about it, it's very cunning. It's like, let's go over, see my mate. Oh, I'll help you, you know, escape from the doctor, come back to my zone, you know, the grasslands. And then next minute,
have him in his hand, pull him up, shoot him in the face.
Oh, so that's a great scenario. So I believe that would happen, definitely.
Yeah, we've got our first betrayal.
Yeah, so Sakarax, whatever his name is, I think you're gone. Sycorax, there we go. You're gone. So
yep, I'm sure. So 3 down.
3 down. So let me spin again because that's helping us, I think, getting through.
Yeah, it's putting us into situations where we have to make decisions. Yeah, so that's good.
So here we go. Spinny, spinny. Oh my lord. A forest fire. Okay, so we were talking about the forest.
Yeah.
And straight away, earlier on, and I also in some of the past episodes, Liz, you have said like how to get rid of some of these monsters is just incineration.
To burn them, yeah.
Burn them. So I believe, because if you remember the episode with the Teller in, we got to see the Teller on its own home world.
Yeah.
And it was free. It was like, you know, it's so I believe it understands what a forest fire is and understand like how important it is to get out of this place. So straight away, the Teller, I believe, would make its way to the grasslands.
Oh,
So
all the way over there.
yeah, but it would
Okay.
have to go either way. So I don't. Which way would you think it would be more
Well, if it knows
safer?
the doctor's in the snow,
Yeah,
it'll go the northern route. At least north,
northern route.
as far as
So
like if you
there's no Sandman now. Sandman's gone, and
Sandman has
also
been-
also to let you know, when whoever loses, they all know as well. They get told
Oh, okay.
in the Hunger
Okay.
Games.
Yeah,
film,
they've been told
they've been
Cybermen have been
told by
eliminated. Men have been eliminated. Sycorax has been eliminated.
yeah.
Oh, and Hydroflax probably smiled when that happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, so I believe now the teller made its way to the grasslands.
Yeah,
Straight
across
away,
the ground.
it's doing all this on itself through the deserts and then the grasslands. So it leaves the Varsha Narada, the new Eurovision Song Contest winner, has
Somebody from the BBC should make that happen.
yeah, they really do, don't they?
The Varsha.
Let's get Graham Norton on the case. Obviously, it's come from a forest originally.
Yeah, that's their natural habitat.
So the fire is such a big, like the worst thing that can happen.
Well, and fires through forests
Yeah,
move quick.
yeah, they do. So I don't think the Varsha Narada will have any chance against this.
No, I feel like this is the one thing that could take it out.
In all the other scenarios,
I know, you put it in a room with anything else and it'll kill it. You put it in a room with fire and it dies.
Yeah.
Not a room, obviously, but you know what I mean.
So I'm
fire
gonna
isn't
be very mean and say, Varsha Narada, you have gone.
Yeah.
I feel very like a.
I never would have thought that it would go this early in the stand.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's still the fourth one to go down, so it's not, but it was still in the first half.
yeah. So just to recap, to let everyone know. So we have the Cyberman, you're gone. You have the Sandmen, you've gone.
Yep.
You have the Sycorax, you've gone. And Varsha Narad, sorry, you've gone as well. So it leaves the Daleks, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Hydroflax, the Boneless, and the Teller is still in this arena right now. So
and the doctor's being out in the snow.
And the doctor stood in the snow. So
in two blizzards.
That's right. So the Daleks are still in the middle zone right now. Hydroflax, he's still in the grasslands, but now he's introduced to the Teller.
Yes.
Correct. And then the Boneless is still in the center. So I believe right now the Daleks is probably finding a way to get to a zone, because I don't think it wants to stay with the Boneless.
No, because there are something that they don't understand.
Yeah.
And they just can't blast out of existence.
Mm-hmm. So
perfect,
I think just because they've dissected the Cyberman, I believe they've taken the form of a Cyberman now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that's how it's be able to go to a zone, because now it can cross water.
I think it leaves right after the Dalek. I think it comes out right after the Dalek leaves.
Yeah. So the
Dalek destroy the Cybermen with no problem.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the minute the Dalek's gone, I can see it creepily, crawling out of the.
That's right. It's gonna be. Yeah. That's a great episode we're making.
Yeah.
So
I can definitely see it.
Just so
now they look like a Cyberman.
So Daleks, what zone? So it can't go to the snow zone because the doctor's there. There is
forest. Forest.
There is a forest. on fire. There is a sandstorm going on in the desert, but with the teller, I think it'll just be able to go through it nice and fast because it's a wild animal. It knows terrain. So,
Well, and is the storm still going? Because that's the question I have is like, when we go to a new round, does the other thing stop?
no,
We're in the same round as the forest
they're
fire
still
right
there.
now.
They're still there, but I don't think they're not as bad. Should we say like they're not as
Okay.
they haven't
Okay.
had the
So
worst
it's
of
not
it.
like what could get through. I think the Daleks. I think the Daleks actually just gonna go to the grassland to try to kill the things
To
that
win
we
the
see.
game because I think the Dalek just wants to
Because
win,
I
didn't
mean,
it?
they see things and they're so arrogant that they can't see that anybody else
Yeah.
might be able to harm them.
Okay,
So I
so
feel like
Daleks have gone to
the
the
Daleks are gonna
grasslands.
head towards the grassland.
Oh, grasslands are going to be pretty cool. So the Daleks have gone to the
Grassland is
grasslands.
hot nut, man.
The boneless now has turned into the Cyberman form. So the boneless is come out of grounds and now it's going across the water.
Yeah.
What zone do you think? Do you think you just follow to the grasslands?
I think because they're thinky people.
Yeah, they just want to know more about.
I feel like they would go into the desert to sneak up through the remnants of the sandstorm.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. So now we have the Daleks, Hydroflax, the Teller, and the Boneless in the grasslands.
No, I had them go to the desert because they're gonna come from the side.
So the Boneless are in the desert now, yeah?
Yeah, I figured they're gonna go in the desert to hide in the remnants of the sandstorm so they can sneak up from behind.
Brilliant. Okay, so the Daleks, Hydroflax, the Teller, they're in the grasslands, and the Boneless has made its way to the desert to hide once again.
Yeah,
I think just
in
be
a
interesting what's
stealthy,
happening.
like I'm gonna sneak up behind you.
Yeah.
Rogue sort of way.
Brilliant. Right, so I'm going to spin the spinner.
Okay.
The game changer spinner. So here we go. Oh, that's a rubber spin. There we go. Oh, okay. There's another sandstorm. Right.
That might be a bad plan for poor Mr.
So a double whammy. Because now we have somebody in the deserts, and now there already is a sandstorm happening, and it's sort of died down. But now there's another one, and I assume that would be worse than the first one. So, I don't like it. Obviously now it's in a Cyberman form. Okay.
Yeah.
How well would the Cyberman?
How quickly can we go flat again?
Yeah, like, I don't know how we would cope. That's a really tricky one, that isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, should we spin again because we don't really know what's going on?
Yeah, I'm a little. I don't know how quickly.
Let's spin. Let's see what happens. Let's give another scenario. Oh,
it's the same thing.
I think fate is telling us something.
Yeah, there's 3 sandstorms. I think the Boneless is just gonna have to take it.
I think it's probably freaked out and just left the Earth, like left this planet and gone somewhere else.
And it's like, well, this isn't working out.
No, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah,
like it knows the doctor's in the same arena.
I think that we can safely say that with we'll call it 2.5 sandstorms.
Yeah, but
you're
3.
not really. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so Boneless, you're out of the game. So at the moment we have the Daleks, Hydroflax, and the Teller all in the grasslands. Let's go back to like now we know where they are.
Yeah.
Sort of like in that, are we going to fight or hide scenario again? So.
Well, the Dalek is going to fight.
Yeah. The
Dalek is going to look for the creatures to make sure that it wipes out all of them.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. I think that we're forced into a final combat here.
I think so. So the Hydroflax would obviously
Yeah.
put up a fight. It's got a defense mechanism built inside the robot itself.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a very robust
yeah.
robot body.
So the I believe then the teller will probably see this happening in their through his brain wave powers of knowing they're going to fight each other right now. So it's obviously it's watching what's happening. And
Yeah.
so the teller can't escape to the sandstorms because there's three in there, three in the desert right now.
So
Okay.
he's stuck between the sandstorm and the doctor.
And there's a doctor on the other side. That's right.
Yeah. And the remnants of a blizzard. The remnants of two blizzards.
I'm not going to allow them to go back into the pond in the middle because I think that just ruins the idea.
I think we're going to have a knock-on effect here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the teller, it's guilt, right?
Yes.
Well, the Daleks have removed their emotions.
Oh, yeah.
And cannot feel guilt. So Hydroflax has done horrible massacre.
Yeah.
And at one stage was humanoid of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
And still has his mind. So I think what will end up happening is the teller melts Hydroflax's brain.
Yeah.
And the Dalek shoots the teller.
Oh, I love that.
I feel like that.
Are you the new writer for Doctor Who?
Because it's the thing that makes sense, because the teller is going to take out one of these bad people.
Yeah.
But it's going to take out the one who can feel remorse or guilt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Daleks can't.
Yeah.
And then the Dalek would just shoot the teller because
the teller, like just afterwards. Yeah. And obviously the Hydroflax, the machine itself, it doesn't know what to do. It can't do anything now. There's no heads left. There's no.
Well, yeah, there are no heads for it to get.
Yeah, so it's just probably like self-construct, or it's just.
Yeah, I mean it's
shut down.
It's got nowhere to go at that stage.
Wow. So I believe
it could try for the doctor. Let's face it, the doctor would take it out. So
yeah, the doctor always wins at the end. But
yeah.
I think I believe that scenario makes sense. So the guilt of Hydroflax, it's his downfall. It's his downfall, and actually that's quite Shakespearean in a way.
Well, it's the humanity, because I mean, it's going with emotions.
Brilliant. So Hydroflax, you would have gone out straight away now, as the teller would melt the brain of the Hydroflax, and the Dalek will see this happen and go, okay, I like what's happening here. Oh, I'll just shoot the teller.
They have no defense against it.
That's amazing. Wow. So the Dalek, I believe you're the last one standing,
Dalek is victorious,
or last one moving, or last one rolling, whatever you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's a really good ending, Liz. That's like, if the BBC listen to this and it's suddenly it's in the Christmas special, I'm gonna be having some words.
It's so funny as well, because like there were other scenarios that like I had thought about previously, like the boneless, like if they spent more time with the Cybermen or the Daleks, like if the Daleks or the Cybermen tried to attack them, they could sap the energy and make their containers smaller.
Oh. Until
it crushed the organics within. Like I had other thoughts.
Yeah. Well,
but that just never happened.
But that's brilliant. So it sort of worked out with the spinner and put them in different zones. So this brilliant. I love the Daleks. So Daleks, you have part one of the arena episode of Who versus Who, thanks to the amazing new head of the BBC screenwriter Liz over there. And so that's very exciting. So please, everyone, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and tick the like as well. And if you
Thumbs up.
really like us, hit the alerts. But I never do that to videos, so I don't recommend the alerts because you can never get sleep.
Yeah,
All the different time zones in the world, and just
yeah, unless you only subscribe to like 5 channels or something.
so. Thank you, Liz. Let everyone know next episode will be a part 2, another arena episode with more
Yep.
rest of the monsters of Who versus Who. So
Yeah.
thank you, Liz. Goodbye from me, Tommy Tardis, and Time Lady Liz. We see you next time in the future.